Look, I like a lot of LEGO sets that a lot of LEGO fans don't like, and don't like a lot of LEGO sets that a lot of LEGO fans do like, which made me think, what are my other LEGO hot takes? Unpopular opinions that will make my viewers' blood boil. Well, if you're somebody who gets offended by other people's opinions. Look, these are opinions I've had for a while related to LEGO that I know people do not agree with. So let's just be polite in the comments and have some pleasant disagreements there. Most teen and adult LEGO fans have dismissed the LEGO Mario system as kiddish and crappy, but I have a soft spot for the LEGO Super Mario course building system that started in 2020. Yes, I prefer actual LEGO Mario minifigures any day, and I hope we get them soon because my patience is wearing thin, but the course building system, as it stands, is kind of like a childhood dream come true. Way before Mario Maker and even before I got into the Super Mario Flash community, I would make custom LEGO Mario levels on notebooks all day. The LEGO Super Mario system is a course building system, and it's brick based, bringing two things I loved in my childhood together, LEGO and Mario. If you're not too familiar with it, this system has an electronic LEGO Mario figure, which reads these specific tiles and bricks that make the figure react. You use the start pipe to start the level, end the level at the flagpole, and the in-between is however I construct the course. I'm a huge sucker for interesting LEGO play features, which is honestly an unpopular opinion as well as an adult, and many of the sets just have crazy play features and functions to bring levels and ideas I love from the games into reality. I think my favorite in terms of play features would be the Thwomp Drop. I love how the skull platform is used to slowly drop Thwomp. I also have so much fun just lining up action tiles together. It's absolutely hilarious seeing Mario and Luigi go haywire faced with 100 of these action tiles. I hope I get to do another video of that with the next wave. Maybe this was only controversial at the time, but it's easy for me to say LEGO Chima speeders are way better than any spinner LEGO has put out for Ninjago. Damn it, I miss the speeders. I wish we got like a follow-up ripoff after Chima ended. Basically, you'd put a ripcord into these vehicle builds, pull back, and the speeders will speed across the surface. For spinners, you put a minifigure in the middle and give it a twist. Speeders were just more fun, even when it came to crashing the two into each other. OG Just Too Good fans will remember those large Speedors collection videos, which were like the first videos on the channel to really pop off.
Hello, Just Too Good Eurobricks, and sorry about the shaky camera because I am using my iPhone. But you guys probably know from all my hauls videos recently.
Alright, enough of that. I was in 9th grade, okay? But gosh. LEGO 4 Plus sets, which were once considered LEGO Junior sets as its own theme starting in 2014, get a lot of hate in the teen and adult LEGO fan community. Fair enough, these are meant for a younger audience than even the simpler builds in regular minifigure themes, but I really like 4 Plus sets for what they are. I go out of my way to try to buy all the licensed ones LEGO puts out, regardless of the theme. Since the Juniors line began in 2014, there has been an amazing rule with these sets: no stickers. While even some direct-to-consumer sets have extremely important details as stickers, these 4 Plus and Junior sets are loaded with interesting, usable prints, and just cool pieces in general. I kind of love the simplified build some of these sets bring. The new Lloyd mech reminds me of Robotnik Sonic 2 robot. This recent Juniors Jurassic World set was a fun building, reminding me of the Jurassic Park 3 sets I grew up with. This family house is so comfy, and this supermarket was revolutionary to me. I'm still waiting for a LEGO City one, but Friends did a really good one. I wasn't a fan of them keeping Toy Story 4, Mickey and Friends, and Incredibles 2 sets to 4 Plus and Juniors lines, but the benefit of them being a part of this was that they had a bunch of good prints, so we got that at least. And if you guys remember my Cars LEGO phase, yeah, I still have a soft spot for Juniors Cars 3, but that was a theme that I could say, yeah, that probably should have been regulated to 4 Plus sets. I'm sorry, the Cars franchise just does not do it for me. I say that, and yet I've bought every LEGO Cars thing they've put out. But I think that's a symptom of the number one choice on this list, which we'll get to later. Everybody on Eurobricks was hating on the LEGO Ninja Turtles 2014 movie sets when they released back in the day. I still see hate from it, even from my friends like Pedkid. This something is known as shit in the LEGO community, and I kind of love it. I've never seen the live-action 2014 Michael Bay produced Ninja Turtles movie that these sets are based on, which seemingly featured Shrek of all people. That kind of intrigued me, but it was not enough to sell me on the movie. The 3 sets I love though. The strongest is the Turtle Lair, which I still think is the best Turtle Lair we got of the 3. While I do wish there was a bit more color, the 2013 one being slightly better in that department, I vastly prefer the 2014 one, which is bigger, has this awesome slide, has a better entryway at the very top. I like the gate feature, and I really like that $40 turtle van set. I'm a sucker for vehicles with standing room in them. The compact looks worked for me with this battle van design that had a cool color scheme. Now the truck set at $70 is easily the worst of the bunch, but I still enjoy it. It's another vehicle with standing room inside, a bit of a lab going on. Gosh darn it, I low-key loved the turtle figures. I know they look awful in the film, but as a minifigure, I really like these designs. Oh, you'll find out soon, if you haven't, that I love specialized minifigure headpieces. I adored the unique turtle shells of these versions over the cartoon versions. I think the Shredder minifigure here was the best one they put out. Even the Megan Fox figure, well, aside from the strange face print, was awesome. The Karai minifigure, I hope I said that right, and even the most normal LEGO Will Arnett figure ever was found in the Turtle Van set. Alright, Ninjago fans, here's another hot take. I do not like most of the 2012 LEGO Ninjago sets. For me, Rise of the Snakes is a bad LEGO Ninjago sub-theme. I mean, holy crap, this was a year of uninteresting, oversized vehicles. They made 5 for the snakes, and I think the only one I sorta like is the Fang Pyre Mech, because it was a crazy idea, not that the set itself lived up to my expectations because it was so freaking fragile. I don't and never liked the original Destiny's Bounty. The LEGO Ninjago movie one that came out years after is the GOAT, and even the 2020 remake was done much better. This set sucks, this set sucks, this set sucks, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. I'm sorry, I know these are like the core Ninjago vehicles, but they're the oversized action vehicles at some of their most primitive looks. I'm just not a fan of this design. They look very huge compared to the actual minifigures themselves. I loved this set at the time, but now Ninjago has done so many better mechs. The Epic Dragon Battle did look really cool, I'll give it that. That is actually a pretty cool set. And the Venomari Shrine is actually one of my favorite small Ninjago sets, where it was a small, interesting, scenic build with a fun play feature. I mean, I've always liked the Ninjago theme, even if I don't watch the show. Like, I still vastly prefer the 2011 sets, which, yeah, had their fair share of oversized vehicles, but the skeleton vehicles look better and are less numerous, and I love the OG dragons, and there were just more play sets back then, which buildings appealed to me more than vehicles. In the 2013 Final Battle sets, while there were only 6 sets, there was so much hype with this sub-theme. I think it kind of leaked into how much I enjoy this theme, but this is one of my favorite years of Ninjago. I think I loved all the sets except for Garmatron. I never wanted to get that one, never will, though even that build is different and more interesting than much of the Ninjago 2012 vehicles. My main love for LEGO comes down to the minifigures, and when the LEGO minifigure was introduced in 1978, there were 3 classic lines: Town, Castle, and Space, with Pirates in 1989. But when it comes to my love for these classic 80s minifigure themes, I love classic LEGO Town sets. I love classic Castle and Pirates, but something about classic Space just never clicked with me. Like, the only things I care about from the late 70s and the 80s space sets are the classic Space minifigures, the moon plates, and the space monorail, though I'd prefer the rare-ass town monorail a billion times more. It's so bad I can't even distinguish Futron from Space Police on colors alone. I know, I'm not a true classic LEGO fan. What even is M-Tron? Oh, the red ones, I see. I mean, Blacktron is easy. It's black and yellow, black and yellow. The 90s space sets are a little more interesting to me, but not by much. Like, I love the Spyrius droid headpiece as a kid. I think I traded like a crappy Yu-Gi-Oh card to get the piece in elementary school, and my middle school teacher for LEGO Robotics had a big bin of Ice Planet, and the orange transparent chainsaw thing was a meme. But as a kid, I got Life on Mars sets as my first space theme, and those freaking suck. Like, I guess the Aqua Aliens are nostalgic to me now, but that's about it. I never liked Mars Mission. There was only one space theme I love, which is Space Police 3. I love the variety of interesting, eclectic-looking villain vehicles, and the alien minifigures, which were some of the most cartoony, craziest characters LEGO came out with. So much fun. Galaxy Squad, which was our last LEGO space theme, is probably my second favorite, even though it was a tad repetitive. Shout out to LEGO Alien Conquest, because I kind of forgot about that one. Now, I was in my dark ages, which means I was out of LEGO in 2011, but there were still some fantastic sets from that theme, and I love the blue, and I love the style of the aliens and their vehicles with this classic sci-fi design. Okay, look, this list is not a personal attack against Ninjago fans or the Ninjago theme, which I do like, but we got another Ninjago one. I'm sorry, Ninjago fans. I've tried watching the show a couple times and I cannot get into it. I do not like Lego Ninjago, the TV show. First off, I freaking hate the animation style. It's Clutch Powers, it's The Empire Strikes Out. I cannot stand the boringest interpretation of Lego in CGI, which is literally just take minifigure, throw it in CGI environment. There's little effort to make them look accurate with impossible prints in real life. Those torsos annoy the hell out of me. Most of the environment objects are just real life objects in CGI, not made out of Lego or anything like that, which is so confusing when the Lego minifigures are present in this world and only their vehicles seem to be the parts made out of Lego. Like, why even make them minifigures if most of the things in the world aren't even going to be Lego? I mean, you could have just went Exoforce anime style, Monkey Kid animation style, which looks freaking fantastic. I mean, at least they made Kai's hair realistic like halfway through the series, because at first it looked nothing like a Lego piece. See, like, the Lego movie was so amazing, coming out after the Ninjago show and the other direct-to-DVD films, and choosing its own animation and art style that stays true to the Lego toy, while also doing something so crazy and unique and in aid of the film. Okay, so getting past the art style of the Ninjago show, the show's writing just does not work for me. Like, with its corny jokes and simple situations, I don't see where it separates itself from other kids' action TV shows that are just mediocre. I mean, I could pick apart particular episodes. Let me know if you guys want to see that, but I don't know. I don't want to be too negative with this, but this is just my honest opinion. The Ninjago TV show is not my thing. The Ninjago movie I thought was okay. At the very least, the animation style of that one is different from the show, more true to the toy, but it was also the Lego movie that seemed to have some backgrounds not exactly made out of bricks but CGI landscapes, which at the time felt cheap, but now I think that's kind of a distinguishing feature of the four. I think the writing of that one is the worst of the 4 Lego movies, but I prefer watching that than 10 seasons of Ninjago. Like, I'm sure people will be like, it gets good. It gets good at a certain point. And with TV shows, I don't know. I can't spend too much time to wait for a show to get good, especially if people are like, it's after this particular season or after like 10 episodes. That's a lot of time. That's probably why I love movies so much, where they're just 1 to 3 hour experiences in and out. Of course, I log them all in my Letterboxd. And Letterboxd is probably like the social media I'm most active on. I freaking love watching movies. But I have a strange taste in movies myself. So if you like Lego Ninjago or any other TV show that I don't like, or any other movie I don't like, I don't mind. I love discussing movies or shows that I don't care about. It's interesting hearing different opinions on things, as long as we're all polite about it to one another. The massively popular modern Lego TT games, I don't enjoy playing. I don't like playing them when the same game has been done 50 times. Like, I had fun with the original Lego Star Wars video game in 2005. It was far from my favorite video game, but it was one of the few co-op games I had when I was younger. But that beat-em-up adventure style has been spammed across games for so long. It doesn't help my Lego Dimensions game was unplayable on Wii U. You might know that story from the disappointing sets video. Honestly, my favorite Lego game is Island Extreme Stunts on GBA, which has that awesome box moving music and minigame.
Oops, you have to put the CD in your computer.
Yeah, nope, I've never even played the Lego Island PC games. I really want to try those sometime. Are they on Steam? Here's a controversial opinion. I am freaking sick of Lego Star Wars. Now, the reason this isn't number 1 is because that's a popular controversial opinion in the Lego fan community. It all comes down to how much I love the Star Wars franchise now. You'll soon learn with number 1 that I could separate franchises from the themes that I like, but with Star Wars, it's hard to do that nowadays when the sets are more on the expensive scale of things. So I'm going to be investing more money into these sets, and I really don't like the Star Wars franchise right now. It's not a theme where I could totally dismiss the sets from the franchise because the sets themselves are so expensive, so I'm not buying these for pieces. You see, I never liked the prequels. I think they're very boring and poorly made. First off, We never did need the backstory of Darth Vader. Not everything in a universe needs to be explained, and these films just feel like backstory for stuff I'd never asked for. It annoys me how these franchises are starting to explain everything and give backstory to every little thing. I mean, aside from Palpatine and Obi-Wan, all the characters are explaining their emotions in the most blandest way. It's like none of the actors care to be in here. Revenge of the Sith is the one everyone touts as being the greatest of the bunch, and holy crap, that movie is so boring and cheesy. I mean, I like some parts of episode 3, but I don't think in the ways George Lucas intended. The Emperor is hilarious. And yeah, the memes are starting to get to me. But I don't know if there's anything that makes me want to even touch episode 1 or episode 2 again. As a kid, those bored the crap out of me. As an adult, the parts I've seen bored the crap out of me. Oh, and then the Clone Wars. Oh. Yeah, I never liked the animation style. Like, can you blame me when before this, in 2003, there was an infinitely better and more interesting design Clone Wars series by Genndy Tartakovsky? That looked cool, at least. How the hell do you go from that to this? Anytime I tried watching it when it first came out, that art style just put me off. So I tried watching it after the 501st Battle Pack came out to live up to my promise, and it was still so boring to watch these episodes. I tried watching a couple episodes from different seasons with my roommate, and it's so rooted in the prequels, it has no interest for me story-wise. Why would I care to hear backstory of these movies that I already find extremely boring? The animation still sucks, even if it's polished now. The problem with the animation and art style is the characters look so lifeless and ugly. I'm not saying animation has to not look ugly, or the art style has to look perfect. Two of my favorite animated shows are Beavis and Butthead and home movies. But the ugly art style fits the world that those exist in. The ugly art style looks like it's used in the Clone Wars just to save costs. And well, LEGO's ramping up the prequel releases, so of course I'm going to tune out new LEGO Star Wars sets. At least there was a cool series called The Mandalorian. I like the original trilogy. At one point, I was a Star Wars mega fan, from Force Awakens release hype to The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I liked The Last Jedi when it came out. Then The Rise of Skywalker came out, and that movie sucked. The Emperor coming back wasn't even fun and was just like mega ridiculous. And overall, the movie has really bad moments. Okay, that killed my love for the sequel trilogy and tarnished a bit of the original trilogy with how it treated its characters. But at this point, come 2020, early 2021, I at least have about all the original trilogy sets I wanted aside from a few white whales. But I was digging The Mandalorian. I could use more Mandalorian sets, but the first season was honestly pretty cool. You know, this is set long after the prequel, set right after Return of the Jedi specifically, so it's going to be tied to the original trilogy, which I love, so I don't have to be reminded of those crap fests. And they have a new Clone Wars Bad Batch series, so Clone Wars fans will love that. Then I started watching the second season, and halfway through, they introduced Ahsoka. Gosh darn it, can you please? I don't care about the Clone Wars or prequels. Please stop. Can you leave these characters out of here? I do not care about these freaking characters. It's like, why do we have to keep connecting crap to the prequels? Again, I was fine with the slight original trilogy connections. I hear there's even bigger original trilogy connections at the end. It's like, oh my gosh, the Mando was actually like this own contained story, and now it just has to be connected to everything because everything comes together. Screw that, I'm done. I'm so done with Star Wars. Wanting more Clone Wars and prequel stuff, you guys could get it, but if you guys are getting more of that, I am not coming back soon. You can win me over with maybe like a new Ewok village. I heard there's a new Jabba's palace. I'll get that. But yes, I am sick of Star Wars, and by that extent, Lego Star Wars. But that's just my opinion.
A pet? Ow! Serves you right.
My most unpopular LEGO opinion is, darn it, I love cartoony LEGO themes, specialized heads and all. It doesn't matter how much I like the actual property, how bad the animated crap fest this is based off of, I always see adult fans bash these sets, and rightfully so if it's their own opinion and taste. But I just can't agree that these themes suck. I don't like Angry Birds, Minions, or Trolls, but I love LEGO Angry Birds, LEGO Minions, and LEGO Trolls. These cartoony licensed themes always give us interesting figures at the very least, and since these shows and movies are usually random, colorful shit thrown together, these themes give us a huge variety. Okay, let's take a look at the LEGO Angry Bird movie sets from 2016. Try not to apply these stickers and you'll get a really interesting LEGO castle, a very strange pirate ship that's a really solid build, And those are two very underrated sets by the fans of those respective themes. And I was a sucker for these random mishmash playsets. This was my original Yoda's Hut. LEGO Minions is recent and far from my favorite of these, but still gave us a very good price plane set at $30, this fun Kung Fu set, and even I liked the Junior's Lab and the Build-A-Minion. Yeah, I know, but the interiors of those were popping. LEGO Trolls were some crazy psychedelic playsets with unusual pieces, and I absolutely love that theme. I adored the crazy torso prints and leg pieces throughout. There was this new system of hat and hair pieces introduced where they'd use 4 studs on top of the minifigure headpiece of Trolls, and then there were just crazy shaped figures with strange pieces. I love weird LEGO pieces in general. But honestly, this started back in 2006 where we got our first 2 animated themes. Well, I'm excluding Duplo, Woody the Pooh, and Mickey Mouse back into 2000, but like these used real minifigures with Avatar and SpongeBob. I got the 2006 Krusty Krab set as a kid. And yes, it's a sin that we have not gotten more than 2 LEGO Avatar sets. However, it was a 2010 Toy Story theme that really did it. Never did I see specific molded heads like this for minifigures on this level of detail, and older specialized heads were like one color and lacked printing. I mean, SpongeBob came the closest to doing it right, but for some reason the prints on those figures would always just wear out. Like any of my friends who had SpongeBob minifigures would have the prints on those minifigures fade away. How the 2010 LEGO Toy Story minifigures executed their designs, it just totally sold me on characters using specialized heads as alternatives to minifigure heads. I love the level of detail and color all around the headpiece, with the new pieces to make Woody accurate with longer arms and legs, and all the crazy pieces for Buzz. The sets themselves rocked, which gave us a taste of Western sets, taste of space, and just random city stuff all around. I liked Twitch as a minifigure, of course. And lest we forget Army Men on Patrol, which was probably the most popular set of that year. Even people who did not give a crap about Toy Story bought this set. Those Army Man helmets was just unheard of to get from LEGO, where LEGO says they wouldn't put out military stuff, but this is such a clean loophole. I mean, the Green Army Men of Toy Story are so safe. This was an awesome way to deliver us with some army getup. I mean, we still haven't got a new LEGO Pizza Planet truck. That's a sin, honestly. That's just a complete sin. Anyways, with the 2019 Toy Story 4 sets, they reverted back to regular minifigures, and I think there's pros and cons for each. I love the styles, and looking back, I'm happy LEGO has given us 2 different ways to enjoy these characters. Anyways, other shoutouts, the Scooby-Doo sets, which were gorgeous with colors of the classic cartoon and carried the fun, spooky feel of themes like Monster Fighters and Hidden Side. There's some great animated LEGO Idea sets, and there were the 2 Powerpuff Girls sets, which were back in, 2018? I kind of wish that theme took off. Mojo Jojo has the same Trolls head system. TMNT had lots of fun cartoon sets. And of course, one of my favorite themes of all time, which we got 2 CMF series of and 2 direct-to-consumer sets, and then a couple of lame Dimension sets, The Simpsons. I would love to see another blind bag series of this. There's so many characters and variants of popular characters that we're missing. Hopefully in the future we'll see one. While the first sets came out in 2014 and 2015, we did get Brickheads in 2018. So now that Disney owns The Simpsons, I feel like we might see more LEGO Simpsons on the horizon. Hell, even recently, I love what they've been doing with the Disney line, where we've gotten new sets for some of the new films like Raya, as well as Encanto, and just the execution of that Encanto house I really freaking want. And LEGO Toy Story is kind of returning in 2022, not only with Brickheads, but with the Lightyear sets. And this time, rumor has it, these will not be 4+ sets. I'm freaking hyped. Alright, I'm done making all of you guys angry. No. At the end of the day, it's just my opinion. You shouldn't get angry at people's opinions on stuff like LEGO movies or TV shows. We'll have good fun in the comments, agreeing and disagreeing. And also, let me know how many times you guys agreed or disagree. So like, if you agreed with 2 of the entries, that would mean you agree with 20% of the list, disagree with 80% of the list. Let me know your unpopular LEGO opinions as well. And channel membership, I just changed so that there's only one level of membership at $2 a month, and you get to see lists early at that membership and have your name at the end credits. Subscribe for more LEGO lists. I already have the next one planned. It will be marvelous. Wink, wink. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.